first learned about the Minnesota Review in the mid-1990s. I finished my PhD, and it was at an MLA. The Minnesota Review always hosts a cash bar at the MLA, and I went along to the reception with some friends, and I met Jeffrey Williams, the editor before me, who was editor for 18 years, and I liked him. I browsed through the journal. I liked it. I liked the way it was cool and trendy without being pretentious, and I thought it was publishing smart work. And so I had been aware of it for quite some time by the time I had the opportunity to propose becoming editor. Journals do need to rethink themselves and redefine their mission from time to time, or confirm that the mission that it's on is the right place for it. Ideas change, institutions change, the whole intellectual and publishing landscape changes. And I think the Minnesota Review basically has found a good spot. It is, of course, in the style of the 1950s literary small magazine, was founded in 1960 in that spirit. It's changed a lot over the years, and the critical side of it has grown in stature and importance, and yet it has retained the creative poetry and fiction side of it. So I want to keep that eclectic mix. It is the same sort of mix that you find in the New York Review of Books, for example, or the London Review of Books, but those are much more general and much more to a broader audience. The Minnesota Review is mostly grounded in literary and cultural studies, but also appeals to people in the humanistic social sciences, political theory, sociology, anthropology, and I like that aspect of it. And it very much comes out of the critical theory tradition, so it's a little more specialized in the interviews, in the review essays, in the overviews of what's going on in the field and what's going on in institutions. So the mix of genres I want to keep. One innovation one thing that's changed as it's come to Virginia Tech is that we have a very prominent creative writing faculty and an MFA program that's vibrant and strong. And so, as is the case with a lot of strictly literary journals, creative writing journals, the students in the MFA program take an editing class, or can elect to take an editing class, and they're the ones that are choosing the poetry and fiction under the supervision of the professor teaching the class, who's one of our established writers, switches from time to time. And so we're trying to become even more visible and known in the creative writing world as it is now. As far as the scholarly critical side, it's not a change in the genres or the style of the writing, but I think in general we need to, in the Academy in general, look more globally, look more international, transnational issues. And the Minnesota Review has already started to do that. It's not like it's been America focused or parochial, but that's something I want to continue to do. There have been quite a few special issue numbers of the Minnesota Review in the past. I want to keep those themed sections. It's usually not the entire journal issue that's themed, but a special focus. And the special issues that are coming up, the fall 2010, the next one, will have a special focus section on Franco-Italian political theory and exchanges between French and Italian philosophers. It features an exchange between Jean-Luc Nancy and Roberto Esposito, as well as a couple of review essays on other issues. After that, there'll be a special critical section on international cultural studies. Following that one, religion and the humanities. Why religion is suddenly a new topic to be taken seriously intellectual, after we might have thought that secularism had triumphed and taken over. That's turning out not to be the case. And then finally, about 2 years from now, I want to do a special section on global English and its implications for English departments and modern language departments, so in the Anglophone world. Because we are a hybrid journal and we publish both creative writing and critical writing, we have two separate streams for submissions. The critical writing comes straight to my desk, and the first thing that we look at in the critical writing is, does this have the scope and the interdisciplinary general interest that makes it suitable for the broad audience that we have? Is it going to help people connect to a larger intellectual landscape? Maybe it has something to do with the history of criticism or the history of humanities. Maybe it's some kind of commentary on the institution. Maybe it gives us a sense of where a particular field is going, some kind of new idea or the new twist of the idea. We don't want to be limited to any one specific domain, like not just feminism, not just Marxism, not just theory, not just contemporary literature, but we want to span all those different domains. The kind of writing, we are looking for smart writing. We are looking for critically informed writing, scholarly writing, but not specialized. So we do expect footnotes. We do expect engagement with current critical arguments going on in the humanities and in literary and cultural studies, but we want it to be jargon-free. We want it to cut to the issue and try to pinpoint and make a more general point without oversimplifying, without dumbing down. And of course, that's easier said than done. But I think the Minnesota Review has established a reputation as a place where the writing does tend to live up to those kinds of expectations. I want to help provide signposts. So where are we and where are we going in a shifting world of ideas? And that's always a challenge, but it's always helpful and useful.